Get ready, because Banter with Richie B Productions is launching an all-new podcast network. 4 shows, 4 hosts, 1 powerhouse of paranormal and cryptid entertainment all week long. Kick off your week on Tuesdays with the one and only Wojo, host of Home of the Boom. He's diving deep into the world of cryptids, Bigfoot, and the mysteries that shake the woods. Interviews, investigations, and the loudest boom in the cryptid community every Tuesday from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then on Wednesdays, prepare to drift into the unknown with Amanda Lombardo, your guide on the Phantom Navigator. From haunted legends to chilling stories from around the globe, Amanda is charting a course straight through the supernatural, plus guests who live to tell the tales. Catch her from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if you dare. Fridays get a little darker and a whole lot prettier. Join Sam from Sam's Pretty Paranormal, where makeup meets the macabre. It's Sam After Dark, spooky storytelling, and her fan favorite segment, Cooking for the Dead. Tune in every Friday from 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for glam, goosebumps, and all things ghoulish. And every Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the flagship show returns, Banter with Richie B Live, featuring Richie B and Wojo. From updates to investigations to wild discussions, this is the core of the network. Raw, real, and always unpredictable. Spend your Saturday evenings with the duo that started it all. 4 nights of content, 4 incredible hosts, cryptids, ghosts, glam, stories that will keep you on the edge of your seat. This is the Banter with Richie B Podcast Network.
For all being on here, and remember, we are home of the boom. Let's go. What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day today. I hope no one's out there sick. There's been something going around that's spreading some good old-fashioned flu. So been taking a lot of Theraflu today and every day for the past week, and it stinks. But welcome to Home of the Boom. I am your host, the Wojo, and thank you for being on here on Banter with Richie B Podcast Network. We are worldwide. You can find us on Dark Realm TV, HLO Media, Media Squatch, Roku, Spotify, TikTok, and Facebook, and Instagram too. So I hope everyone's having a great day. We have a great show tonight. We have the Curious Cryptid, the Curious One. She'll be here and telling us about her wild adventures. Curious is a fantastic woman, love her stories, and I can't wait for her to share it for you all. And I just want to reach out to a special thanks to my friend Amanda Lombardo, who is on tomorrow night, by the way, at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Phantom Navigator. And she sent me some cool stuff, some Godzilla. I got some Godzilla glasses and some stuffed dolls, so it's pretty cool. And I just want to reach out to you, Amanda, and say thank you very much. You're a gift. So, without further ado, I want to put my sidekick, my bud, our favorite researcher, Richie B, on the side. Oh, ah, I don't hear nothing.
I'm just kidding with you. I know, because you forgot your headphones at work.
Yeah, I know.
That's what you get.
I know.
All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me, Mr. Wojo. I'll behave tonight. Go ahead.
No, there's no behaving tonight.
I love good Godzilla there. Good story, bro. No, I'm super pumped for the guest tonight. I've just admired her work and her research and her writings and things like that I've seen on Facebook, and it was just so cool to that you reached out to her and got her here, because I don't know. There's a lot of questions that you have when you see that stuff in her digital creation. Now, we have amazing producers, right? So we're used to seeing all this amazing stuff, and in watching her stuff too, you watch that combination of different things with what we've learned from like Sam and Amanda. But it's awesome stuff, man. You guys are really going to enjoy this. I'm trying to get it up on the big wall. I got to do a little bit of cropping. As you can hear, I'm a little bit under the weather. Excuse me. Wojo kissed me on the lips last night after the investigation, and here we are.
Yeah, a wet one. Yeah, it's just been some going around, and after yesterday, it's like, oh my god! I just got through a major cold, and thank you and Jess for helping me out on that.
Yeah,
give me some Theraflu. Now you're taking the brunt of everything. It's something nasty.
Yeah, and I'm feeling great, man. I'm feeling great. I get going saying hi to everybody. We got a lot of chats going in here, and I'm going to lose track if we don't. Tim Vogel said stop. Okay, I have to stop. I went beyond hugging. Now he's pissed. I smooch him. Look, first one in was Blazer MT, man.
Yeah, Blazer, welcome. Thank you for being on here.
Followed by a close second place, Elder Tanse.
Tanse.
Many blessings.
Many blessings.
The general is in the house. She wants to know if is this your coming out episode?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. We just told you.
Hey, we're out.
Pay attention. Denny O, our brother Denny O is here. What's up, Denny O?
What's up, brother Denny?
Blazer bought some beer root today. Good choice. I'm going to have to chomp on I think I need a stump of that right now. Do you have any beer stumps that I could gnaw on? Because I feel like I'm not used to not doing something because I have so many kids and the house is so chaotic all the time. And you always either got to clean or make money or both. You know what I mean? And it's like, I haven't been able to do anything. I'm just like, hey.
I'll speak for Mama. There's not a stump big enough for you, Rich. Mr. Italiano.
Mr. Italiano. Pamela, good to see you. So glad I can take in the show. I typically have to mod another. Oh, okay, great. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
Here. Gene Tewksbury's here. I see that Mr. Mike Gray is there. That's our alien buddy. John is here. Temperine.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was figure out how to say his name. Mary Newbert, love you, Mary.
Great to see you, Mary.
No, Sam's here. Hi, Sam. Kurt W. has been found.
The secret squirrel is no longer a secret. He's out and about.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, I didn't hear anything from him since Sunday. I was ready to send out the troops, man. Kurt's always around, Trying to breathe. Sorry. Just so we can get out of the way while everybody's here, I will not have a show Saturday. I've been going pretty hard, pretty straight, and therell be something this weekend. I just don't know what, you know what I mean. But my shows for this week, I'm just taking a break. I'm worn out. We haven't been out in the woods that much. Just all of a sudden, I just don't feel good, and I'm just like, ugh. Previously Possessed, how are you? Good to see you. Becoming a regular.
Yes, thank you.
Yep. Next week, you're going to see me with my new championship hoodie on, actually. So then there's that. Martin's here. What's up, Martin? Gene Tewksbury are going to be our newest podcaster, which I'm actually going to reach out to her tomorrow to set up an appointment. I'm just trying to help you out get through this because it's filling up. I think that's about. Nope. Yep. Nope. Is that Denny? I said Big Andy. I think we're good here.
Yeah. Yep.
And again, maybe not because my cursor's like way up top, man. Holy shizzles. Well, that's good. Keep talking because that's our favorite thing. That's the first thing I look for when I get my stats sent to me from Restream is how many chats were in there. Lori Ladd is here. How many chats were on the side? Because it's I just love it. That's what the community's made for, right, Woj?
Yeah, I mean, you folks, I mean, listen, it's just one big family. That's what we love to see.
Ohio.
Yeah, Ohio. Tim's here.
Michelle Wilfong.
Yeah, Michelle's here. Lori Ladd. I mean, listen, you guys are family. You guys are researchers. You guys are, you guys are awesome. We really appreciate the support and love. Uh-oh.
It's just Elder with his lips. No. Oh, I'm gonna end up choking right here. Jeez, one comment, and we've got off the rails.
Oh.
All right, thank you everybody for being here. There you go. Back to our host, Mr. Wojo.
All right, well, thank you all for being on here again, and yes, it is a great community, Pamela, and it's great to see you too. So, without further ado, let's bring on our guest, our beautiful, curious cryptid.
All right. If I can get everything to stop highlighting blue right now, that'd be awesome. Thanks. Back to you, Bob.
Oh, blue bayou.
There she is.
There she is.
Hi.
Hello.
No, thank you for being on here.
It's a pleasure.
And how you feeling today? Because I heard you're having the flu.
Yeah, I'm a lot better now, thank you.
What do you take over in the UK to get better?
Lots and lots of brandy.
I love when I ask the right questions. Oh man.
It's just like away. No.
Well played.
Okay.
From what
so well, thank you for being on here, and curious, tell us a little bit about yourself, and how did you find us as the Banter with Richie B crew?
I found you guys through a bit of research actually, because I was looking through YouTube channels. There's a couple of people that I follow on the mainly cryptids, and your name's popped up, so I went in just to have a watch on one of your live shows. Didn't say anything, didn't speak at all, because I like just to sit back and listen. That's what I'm used to. And then thought, it's quite interesting.
I'm sure like Richie got your attention because he's like, wow, look at these loud guys. These guys are just like loud, laughing, having a good time. What is going on in these woods? So, I mean, we've known you, like I said, we've known each other for 25 plus years, but we never were that, we're just associate friends. But since, seeing his podcast and wondering what is going on in his neck of the woods, and when he told me, I'm like, get out of here. And he called me the next day. Listen, my producer's sick. You want to come out? And so, and then I did my investigation, and I was hooked because of the mystery, and I just love being out in the woods. I love nature, and it's so fascinating because being out in the woods, it's different energies and different. It just I don't know, like everything just kind of grown to me, and being out with Richie, and I'm just glad that you found us, on YouTube. So that's cool. And thank you for being part of the family.
Yeah, you've got a really good community.
Yes, we do. We have lights out, great people on here. So curious, tell us a little bit about yourself, as of your travels and your type of researching.
So I actually started out in archaeology. So I moved to Egypt for several years, got to travel all through Africa. And then when I came back, I worked for the museum that I'd gone out there for about 12 months. But then, unfortunately, I had bills to pay, so I had to get a real job. So I found a job working for a company that actually it was a very, very good company, and that took me all over the world. So I did quite a lot of traveling. I'm quite, I don't like beaches. I don't like touristy things. I'm one of these that would rather go and speak to communities, actually go and speak to Indigenous peoples and sit down and get their stories. So that was a lot of the research that I've done. Failing that, I've done cryptozoology. And can I just say, if you want to study cryptids and stuff, you don't need a cryptozoology degree at all. You can just do it just through research.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, me and Richie, we have these discussions. Like, where do you get the cryptozoology?
Where's that college?
Is that college? Let's check it out. I mean, I don't think we'd last an hour. Rick. What do you think?
Oh no! I wouldn't last an hour at all. No, I it's funny because I never went to college, but I went to other people's colleges. It was just a lot of fun. You know what I mean? I got a degree, but yeah, there's no such thing really, even as a cryptozoology degree. I mean, you can actually look it up. It'll tell you that there isn't such thing as that. So it's just experience, getting the boots on the ground and doing the work. Or as you do some incredible research. Some of the details you come up with in these pictures and this animation that you have is just mind blowing. I get caught up with my ADD. I don't know whether to read or look at the pictures more because there's so many details in them. So I'm reading, and I'm like, damn, I got to start over because my ADD gets all fired up, So
yeah, I mean, that's the thing is your digital creation. I mean, the images, you're sitting there like this, like, oh my god, this thing is like wild, and then the story behind it. I mean, it's beautifully creative. So what got you into doing your digital creations and, really getting into the cryptids?
So the creations actually come from the fact that I'm an artist as well, so I draw, but I don't physically have time to be able to draw pictures for everything that I write about because I actually don't like digital creations. I prefer pencil. Do you know what I mean? But because I don't have the time to do it, I've had to utilize the tools that are available.
Well, you know what? Maybe you can just do a picture of me and Richie.
Yeah. Oh, that's easy now. That's a different kind of cryptid.
Yeah. So you lived in the States for a while, or you stayed from work in the States?
Yeah, I came out to the States in about 2016. Stayed out there for about 6 months. The plan was to actually come back. So normally when I go somewhere, I don't have time to do any research or speak to people properly on the first time out. I did go out once when I was in the States. I went over to Washington, Olympic Park. I wouldn't really call it research. So then came back home, and the whole idea was we were due to go back out to the US. In the meantime, we had quite a few things to do in the UK, so I was travelling the UK for a bit. And then when we were due to come back to the US, COVID hit.
Yeah.
So that put a stop to that plan.
Yeah. I like the States. I mean, we do have like a lot of cryptid sightings and a lot of different names. I'm sure it probably really intrigued you, and compared to where not so much cryptids in like Europe, but Europe does have unique paranormal. The histories and the castles and.
Yeah, there's a lot more paranormal now than there is even folklore. Things have shifted quite a bit over in Europe, where there's quite a lot of skepticism now, rather than them believing it. Even the folklore, they're not passing down anymore. So it's kind of falling by the wayside a little bit.
Yeah. you seem like the Indiana Jones type because you've been all over, which is the Egypt and Africa. And tell us a little bit about Germany, your adventures of Germany.
Germany was quite good actually. So when we were out in Germany, we get given teams while we're there. I was the only one with a team that nobody spoke English at all, and I don't speak German, so that was fun. I had to draw. I had to draw little diagrams to say this is what we want. But while we were there, somebody got talking about Dogman and the Black Forest. So the idea was that we'd actually go out and see if we could find it, but we had to take guards with us. So we had guards no matter where we went. And the guards had very nice big machine guns, shall we say. So we thought, well, we'll be fine. But they kept saying to us, no, but there's wolves out there as well. So that's fine. It's fine, not a problem. And when we actually got to the Black Forest, we were all just sat around a little campfire, listening for things around. And we basically looked up, and it was the guard's face that made us look around. And it was a bit like your lights. So there were two blue, quite high up lights. Now, nobody had mobile phones in those days. So it was a camera. Now, the picture that I took, it's quite close up, but it wasn't that close. It was in the distance. And this thing growled. The guard was in the truck, even though we had a gun before we were, and he was like, everybody's out. So we had to go out. So we went back the day after just to see if there was anything there at all. And there was actual footprints. Now, it could have just been a wolf, if I'm honest with you, because, like I said, there are wolves out in Germany, but it was slightly bigger than a normal wolf print.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Thank you, Sam. Sam's got the Curious Cryptid Facebook link, so please like and subscribe to her work and research, and she's got amazing stuff. And thank you all for like checking in on her link. So the lights that you were talking about, were they solid lights, or they just like like the glow, or like how we describe it, when me and Richie are out in the woods?
When I looked at them, I didn't see the blue. What I was seeing was more like a greeny colour. But on the photograph that was taken, so somebody had a camera and had the hindsight to take a shot. But on the photograph that was taken, they're actually blue.
Did you, if I may, did you notice like a lot of things, and I think Pamela brought it up. When you see these types of lights, like Wojo and I have, obviously, and you guys now, because you're all researching with us, because I hope that's how you guys all feel. Because that's the goal, is everybody comes together collectively as researchers, whether it's through a screen or with your boots on with us, when you see these lights though, are they fixated? They're not, like we have them where they move together and stuff like that. So we can kind of cancel out the orb theory, because that's the first thing a lot of people go to, obviously, because it's the most common. And there's other things that can be mistaken for orbs. So when we say orbs, it can just go on and on and on and not be eyes. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice any kind of fixation on them? Like, between gaps and all that?
They did move.
Yeah.
But not like your lights. So they weren't up and down or all over. I'd say they kind of moved just slightly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, so it was like connected. You could kind of tell it was connected to something. Because that's what we were seeing when we were seeing the eyes, as we call it. Well, I didn't call them that for a long time. Wojo did. And then I got on board because of the experiences I was having. And all of a sudden, I noticed the difference when they would move like this. It's completely different than the lights that we're seeing now. Totally different. Like they move. It's almost like a slow motion strobe light or a bad connection on your phone, where it's like click, kind of like this. It's very methodical. Did you experience that kind of methodical motion?
Yeah, almost like side to side. So
Gotcha.
it'd like move slightly to one side, but then
Yes.
go back to where it was originally.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. It's quite wild when you see that in person, right? Like we try to bring the video to everybody, but it's just not the same. And I'm not ever gonna, try to exaggerate anyways and be like, whoa, you see all that? Because I know you're not seeing what we're seeing because I watch my own videos after, you know what I mean? So I could tell there's a different movement once it hits that electronic, this stupid thing. And, it kind of changes everything, unfortunately, But that's cool. So how did you, if I may, Wojo, one more question. How did you associate it with a dog man?
Basically, from what people were telling us. So when I look at research, I look at the folklore, and originally there was no dogman folklore in Germany at all. They had werewolves, but there was no actual dogman. But there'd been reports all the way from Berlin, all the way down to Saarbrücken, which is where we were staying.
Wow.
Interesting.
When you're in those woods, I mean, did you like when me and Richard are in the woods, like you feel the energy, like something's watching you, or something's walking alongside you, because you're at the campfire and you're listening. I mean, how's your feeling of like that type of atmosphere, the energy in the woods?
So I'll let you guys into a secret, okay? And bear in mind, I've traipsed through a jungle in Africa, but I'm actually terrified of the dark. And up until about 4 years ago, I used to sleep with the lights on all the time. So, yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
When I came out to America, I was like, have you guys not paid the electricity bill? Because you don't have lights practically anywhere. And that was a bit unnerving.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it is, and it's pretty intense because when you're staring at like the shine or whatever, because you're sitting there like your mind's trying to process, what am I looking at, how far it is, what do we what else are we hearing, like, because we're hearing like movement, but we're hearing it from not just that general direction but around us. And I mean, it must be, for someone like yourself, like being in the dark, especially in the Black Forest, you must have been like, what's going on,
To be honest, the Black Forest was tame compared to walking through a jungle.
Oh,
really?
I mean, I worked in Egypt and we worked in tombs, which are underground. Do you know what I mean? And apart from like faint light that you're working for, it's pitch black. So, it's something that I had to get used to. But I suppose you shut your mind off because it's your job that you're doing.
Wow.
Can I ask another question?
Go ahead.
She's got me curious about cryptids now.
That's
She's doing good work. Can I? I'm sorry, because it's not always about like what we're talking about. I hear other things, and then my brain starts going. My critical thinking. I'm like, when did this fear of the dark develop? Was it when you were a child? Were you always afraid of the dark, or did something?
Yeah.
Did you? You don't have to share the event. But was there a big event in your life that changed it?
No, I don't mind sharing. So when I was little, I must have been about 8, and I was fostered as a child. And I was the only girl that was there. Everybody else were boys. And it was one of the uncles from the couple that had fostered us were taking the boys out to the woods. So there's woods that are near me. And I wanted to go. But because I was little, they were all talking. And basically, I got left behind in the woods by myself.
Oh, and how old were you? You said 8?
8.
Oh my goodness! So you don't have a fear of the woods itself?
No.
It's just the darkness that came
dark.
with the wood.
It's the dark. Bear in mind, they told us the story beforehand of Lady Mabel, which is a local ghost from where I live. So being stuck in the woods by yourself at 8 years old, thinking that there's a ghost following you around.
Oh, wow.
Horrifying.
That is
horrifying. Well, prayers to you, and I don't know exactly who they're talking about, but prayers from us, the wrench crew. Yep. I just wanted to acknowledge that. Well, thank you for answering that. I appreciate that.
It's when I was young, going to your basement, to your boiler room, you can't go in the dark. You get scared. Because all you see is like little light just glowing. You're like, and you run upstairs, and even if I turn on the lights, I had that phobia for a while. It's 10 years.
Breaking stuff.
Terrifying.
Well, did you remember? I'm sorry. Do you remember going when we first started doing night investigations? Not all that long ago. Do you remember like creeping into the edge of the woods and just trying to get comfortable with the atmosphere around us?
Oh,
do you remember that?
No, that was nervy because
think about it.
Well, it's nervy because of several things. Because it's pitch black, and we're just walking in the dark, and then we just got to the edge of the woods, and we could still hear like some sort of walking like nearby, and we all have to like light up our lamps now because it's creepy and it's terrifying because it's and it is an eerie feeling. I do remember that feeling.
Yeah, it was wild, and now we're just like cruising through there, all comfortable and stuff,
If anybody on here has any questions, just capitalize your word for us, and if you have any questions for Curious, I appreciate it. But
do you mind if I bring up some of her work? I'm going to bring it up right here, just because one thing I noticed when I went to crop them anyways, they're right at the edge. There's no borders, so I can't even shrink them down. They'll look exactly the same as they do if they're on the big wall. So we're trying to get into the regular habit of using the big wall, guys. But some things, it's a background, so it's not always going to work. But these, you don't have to really have on a big wall to see how amazing they are. Is that right with you, Woj?
No, that's fine. That's okay.
Fine. I'm actually going to set us up on the side, if it will switch. Thank you. Just like that. And then I'm going to take this, and you guys can go. I'm just going to hide that. There we go. And that way we get a pretty good picture of it. This is wild, dude. Well, I love that dude up top, but is that the black and white picture or is that something you made? Because I think that's the famous picture, ain't it?
It is the famous picture.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And obviously the reason why it's there is even though we know it's a real animal, because it's extinct and people are still seeing it, cryptozoologists argue the fact that it should be known as a cryptid because it's extinct.
Gotcha.
So why are people still seeing it?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's been put into cryptozoology.
It has been put in there, or should be?
No, it has been. So cryptozoology is now changed. It's not anymore about looking for unknown animals. It's about mythology. It's about folklore. They've kind of blended it all together because I think they've had to. Times have changed. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of places now where there is no, like the UK, for example, there's hardly any unknown places in the UK at all to hide anything.
Yeah.
So they've had to expand. So they've had to move with the times. So they've brought in mythology now as well.
It's amazing because when you have these pictures, do you know when this picture was dated again?
Wasn't it the 60s? Is it the 60s?
That maybe, yeah.
Oh, that picture?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought, like late 50. I got 58 stuck in my head for some reason. Those things I can read about and stare at all kinds of different things like that all day. Lads, what is it called? The
Thylacine.
I was trying to pronounce for some reason. My brain's. Benno says it is not extinct in my. Where is it? In my what?
In my blue.
What is that?
I think he means view.
Oh, in my view. Very good. Thank God we have a scholar here, because to us two idiots would have been like, what?
What?
What's that, Australian? What, do you got some kind of crazy Australian language going on down there? Thank you.
Just a quick shout out to actually Benno. Thank you for being on here, Benno. Robert Smith, I noticed you're on here. D-Hoot and Tyler, thank you for being on here. And the half-inch wrench, no worries about your capitalization, buddy. We really appreciate it.
Scream and yell.
But yeah,
32 or 22, Tyler. Yep. It was around there. Yeah, it was captivity. That's right.
So, curious is that the Bigfoot. Okay, everyone says they don't exist. Or aliens, they don't exist. Well, again, we discussed why they cannot exist, because yet we're still finding the calling fish or other creatures that are land or water that they're finding that they have not been extinct.
Yeah.
And then we're having newer creatures. So why can they not exist? That's my point.
Yeah.
Well, if you go to other countries like Africa, for example, they don't believe in cryptids or mythology at all. Yet they've got cryptids. That's because we define them as a cryptid. As far as they're concerned, it's not a cryptid. It's not mythology. It actually exists.
Yes.
So they coexist with these creatures as far as they're concerned.
Yeah.
What's that dude on the bottom right there? What's he? Now you did these are digital creations that you did, correct? You draw them first and then put them in the AI? Is that, or do you just program the AI to take off with it? And also, two-part question: what is that?
I have an art pad that you can draw with. Do you know what I mean? And then it kind of fixes it all up for you.
Right. So you lead it. You kind of lead it in that direction.
It's a lot easier than actually drawing with just a pencil.
Yeah, but I highly doubt mine would come out like that, even though it's AI, right? Right? Mine would be like a stick butterfly. You know what I mean? What's that stick butterfly? Oh, that's a cryptid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You draw them and then you direct them.
Yeah, gotcha.
Like, that's not right, that's not what I want, kind of thing. I end up arguing with it even though it's a machine. Do you know what I mean? But the one on the bottom right is a bunyip.
A bunyip?
Bunyip.
Oh, that's kind of like what Benno wrote.
Yeah, it's
from his point of bunyip.
This is Australian, so the whole pictures on there are from Australia. So obviously the one at the bottom is not Bigfoot, it's Yowie.
It is a Yowie, correct?
Yes.
Does everybody know the difference with the Yowie and as far as the sightings go and things like that? Now, those are the details you need to know, because even with AI, you still got to direct it to where you want it, as you said. So you have to have all this information in your head regardless. So it's got to be there. And never mind the talent of actually drawing something where AI would recognize it. You know what I mean? I'm pretty, like I said, everything I draw would probably just come out as a stick person, not even a stick butterfly. It would just be like every time, you know what I mean? Like, I can't figure this dude out. But so the Yowie, the difference, I mean, obviously you need to know about that. And what do you find when are you reading about these, or is this knowledge that you have in your head you can just pull from and keep drawing, or do you look them up first?
No, so I have actually got journals with everything written down. So from like years ago, even like speaking to people, do you know what I mean? You get descriptions. Now, depending on who you speak to, you're going to get different versions. So then it's looking at the research itself as well, behind what other people have thought, what it is. So some people will describe the Yowie completely differently to what it actually is. The same with like Bigfoot. When you talk about Bigfoot, it's all different sizes, it's all different colours. So I suppose in some respects, you've got to have some kind of artistic license to be able to think, right, what is the main physical details that are different? As long as you can get the physical details, you can worry about the colour. But yeah, I've got quite a few journals that are written down, basically like through talking to people. But I also do a lot of research as well.
Yeah, definitely a researcher. Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Like the dog man. We have a friend of ours out in Oklahoma. His name is Brian Terrell, and he described, a big, large wolf, and he happened to he was driving down this road, and it was like a pasture with a big, huge tree, and he noticed something, just sitting there, but it was huge and large, it's like so wide, broad-shouldered, I guess, because when he happened to stop and looked up, it stood up and it started running, and in seconds. and it's pretty cool. Like when we talk about cryptids and things like that, and to try to journal, write things down, journal, writing down your data and stuff like that. I mean, just to explain like certain people's experiences, and I mean, it's fascinating. And by the way, Elda's on here too. You should reach out to her sometime and have a discussion of the Native American cultures of the Bigfoot and the Dogman.
I'd like that. That's, like I said, one of the places that I didn't get to do any research at all was America when we came over there.
And why is that?
So I did go out. I did, like I said, I went out to Olympic Park. So I wouldn't really call it research as such. Do you know what I mean? And since coming back from there, I have reached out. So I went out with another researcher, and I did reach out to the other researcher again when we came back to ask questions, because I was researching Bigfoot at the time, and explained why I was doing it. And the guy had been fine up until me saying I wanted to write a book. And then I actually got told I couldn't write a book.
Oh, wow.
You couldn't write a book? Like not allowed to write a book, or you weren't capable of it?
I think it was a bit of both. I couldn't write a book because I hadn't got the experience of boots on the ground. But gotcha. I suppose at the end of the day, the guy didn't know I've actually spent over 30 years in the field. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Not necessarily investigating. So I've not been doing the investigations. I've not actually been out looking for these things. Like these set of pictures that you've got up now are from Africa and Egypt. In Africa, they don't go looking for the ape men. Because as far as they're concerned, they've no need to go look for it. It actually exists.
It exists, right.
Yes.
It's
common. You know what I mean? It's different. They have a different view on spirits, what we call like spirits and entities and cryptids. They've got a completely different viewpoint. It's all part of the natural world.
Yeah, it's wild stuff. And it's funny because someone that says something like that to you has no idea you're drawing things that I'm looking at going, what in the hell is that? And I've been in the woods of America for, 10, 12 years, basically. Right. And on a lot too. You could be in the woods for 10 years. Doesn't mean you're there as much as like Wojo and I are either. You know what I mean? It's a long time out in the woods, hours and hours. Right. Wrench, thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Welcome to the Banter family. And wait till you get a load of our lives. If you haven't caught one of our lives yet, woo! Yeah, we're gonna have some fun. Top left, if I may, Mr. Host.
Yep.
The one with the wings. What is the name?
That is Papa Bauer.
Papa Bauer.
Yeah. Okay. So when we look at them, we can break them down. So this would be probably for us. It'll be mythological. Do you know what I mean? It's a myth. It's urban legend. Basically, the U people in Ghana say that this creature comes and it causes sickness. It can turn you into... It's a shapeshifter kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? It only ever appears when there's political unrest.
Oh.
So it's appeared in like 1970s, I believe, 1975, 2007. But that was when there was a lot of unrest in Southern Africa. And it's a punisher. And it punishes those that don't speak out against social justice. And it's, for them, it's not like a cautionary tale. It's not, if you don't do this, this could happen. It's if you don't do this, this will happen. So it's almost a bit like a threat, if you will.
Interesting stuff.
It is interesting. And I'm sorry, I just keep staring at you. It's absolutely beautiful. What is the picture to the top right?
The guy, that's the Adays. So again, it's a bit mythological. It's a way of explaining, I suppose, malaria. So they take a common firefly, right? So that's its natural form is a firefly, and that can creep through like little cracks in doors and windows, and then it transforms into the Adays that you see there. And he brings like, about sickness. It can create you into a witch. Normally, it just targets your own family. It's all about jealousy if you're jealous of somebody, but it's about their way of explaining malaria. So it's a bit like a disease bringer.
Oh, gotcha. So witch, target the whole family. How did you? That's my second wife. Are you a psychic? Oh, wow. There's quite a resemblance these days. Excellent. Yeah, top right, and the other one was top left, Pam. Sorry. I know you're looking at the same screen I am, so oh, sorry. Richie, yeah, did you see the name? I'm sick of changing it. I don't care no more. What name? Wait, am I masquerading as Sam? What are you talking about? It's my name, ain't it? But yeah, I don't know what that means. I'll have to catch on. D-Hoot, update me. Let's see. I love these, man. These things are crazy. Look at this work, dude. What? Could not add image? What is happening? Don't start. You're bringing this weirdness in. There it is. Woo. Yes. Look at that. Oh, there you go. A few fan favorites in here, guys. Huh? I got to get, can I borrow some of your work for like some tattoos?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be sick.
Dude, that's like, oh my God, I don't know where to start.
I don't know which tattoo I'd want, dude.
I know
I know I'm a Bigfoot crazy person, but on her page. No. What, on our YouTube? Keep going, guys.
No, it'd definitely be.
I just love this.
It'd definitely be an expensive tattooing.
Yeah, exactly.
So you want to talk to us about of your work? We'll start from the top.
So obviously, I know I watched one of your shows, and you were talking about like top 10 cryptids. The reason why I only put these on here, now I wouldn't say it's the top 10, but I put these on here because not only are they across America, like Bigfoot's across like 48 states, is it, in America, 49? These are also from other parts of the world as well, so they're quite global. So the top one is the Thunderbird.
Yep,
that's correct.
Yes.
That is Wojo's brother's the one who spoke of that on the show, actually. Yep. Interesting, right?
Yeah, I mean, Wojo was telling me yesterday when we had a chat about being on the show and things, and he was telling me about his brother seeing the Thunderbird.
Yeah.
It's in the Bridgewater Triangle, and it's called the Hockomock Swamp. And Hockomock Swamp it's just so mysterious and
electric, man.
It's electric, and
woogie,
it has
woogie.
Rod snakes, wisps, paranormal, UFOs, and Thunderbirds is one of them. And one day he forgot his camera. He decided to go in this area. He was coming doing a job or something, and he went into the woods and he looked up and he saw this gigantic bird just fly over, and the yell or the screech was just second to none. It was just loud, and when the sun, it was like the sun's going down, but the beam of the rays was changing its colors of its wings and back. He said it was just second to none, like unbelievable what he saw, the experience. But that picture looks almost spot on of what he was describing.
It was pretty close.
To Ron Winowski. Thanks for being on here, pal. I really appreciate it.
Humans call cryptids myths so they can feel safe, but they are very real. Oh yeah. Yeah, I got a few cryptid questions for the whole world. Does anybody have any direct questions for Donna herself? Because I got to tell you, man, this is an amazing mind. Any way you slice it, and that's what I always thrive on. I love it. I love the human mind when they're peaceful and kind, and you know you could share brilliance, and it's just awesome because you like look at that picture in the bottom. Like, what is going on there, Donna? Like, how do you get that to come out on AI? And is that a famous scene I don't know about? It looks like it might be Japanese related.
No, it is. It's Japanese related, so it's the yoki. Originally, the yoki were bad spirits, shall we say. They were the cautionary tale. You know, the little devil at the bottom is obvious. It's the devil, king of hell.
Right.
But there are yokis that are, like Kappa, for example. It's about teaching children not to go swimming or being careful in water. So they're all cautionary. But the one at the top is actually the same. It's still the yokai, but again, through modern times, and mainly in East Asia, they're now changing their viewpoint on yokai. They're no longer the cautionary tales or, you know, looking evil and things like that. They're now using them as mascots. And it's all about the tourist trade now. So they've kind of made them like cute and cuddly rather than what they were originally meant for.
Just incredible thought and research that goes into this, and so much work, man. And talk about dedicated. That's crazy. Gene Tewksbury goes, and Gene, do you want me to say Gene's going to be our newest podcaster on our network, by the way, the Banter Richie B Podcast Network. Gene Tewksbury, I thought was going to be just a perfect person to sit down and just talk with, you know, and she loves to say what the hell all the time, and we always enjoy a good chuckle to that, so that's always fun, right? I look at Donna's work and I go, what the hell? You know, like it's crazy. But she would love to hear if she has looked into the UK mystery cats. I would have saved that for your show, Gene, but I hear you. I'm impatient as well. I would love to hear if she has looked into. Have you looked into the UK mystery cats? Have you ever heard of them?
I have heard of them, and they are genuine. They're not really a mystery cat.
Oh.
The theory behind it is there was a lot of breeders down south that kept exotic pets, right? Lions, pumas, black panthers. The law changed in the UK so that you've got to have a license now if you've got exotic pets, and you can't actually bring them into the country anymore. There's only zoos that can keep them. So because the law was changing, the theory behind it is that somebody actually let the pets go. And they've survived.
Yeah, I hear a lot of that. I don't know exactly what cat she's talking about. Is it like an American type mountain lion or?
It's a panther.
Oh, a panther, like a black panther. Oh,
yeah.
Okay, I see it. Okay, that's interesting.
I mean, there are pictures out there of them. I mean, some of them you look at it and go, it's just a normal house cat. But there are genuine pictures there that look like you can tell it's a panther. People have found tracks out there as well, so it's not like and the proper panther tracks. So if that doesn't say that there's actually something out there, I don't know what does.
Yeah, interesting.
Now, what's this picture of Richie for?
I'm not feeling good. That's why. All right, shut up. That's what you get.
So the top guy is the older folk from Iceland. So this is the only folklore that people actually believe is genuine, as in it's real, to the point in Iceland, if they're building something and you go and tell the construction team you can't build there because the older folk live there, they will move their construction away to allow the older folk to live. Which is great if you've got enemies, because you could just say, if you're building a house, you can't build it there. You know, can't build it there either. Switzerland's that way.
Wow, this is just amazing work. First of all, how long does it take you to do at least like to create one picture of these?
Not that long, to be honest, because it's a digital drawing. Do you know what I mean? It's not as long. Like if you were to draw it, it would take me about 3-4 weeks. But on an actual digital tablet, it might take me about 3-4 hours.
Well, I'll tell you that if we can like change the colors a little bit into the Jackson logo, that'll be Richie right there all the way because I love that picture. And
so these European folklore, basically. These, apart from like the bottom one is the obvious Loch Ness.
yeah, the Loch Ness, and what's the one right beside it? The lower right.
The Leshy.
What's it called?
So the Leshy.
The Lashy. Okay.
Leshy is Slavic. He's the forest guardian. So if you go into the woods and maybe chop down the wrong tree, or you take too much wood out of or disrespect the animals, or if you overhunt things, then you feel the wrath of the Leshy.
He was asking, did your interest in such things of this stem from that earlier fear of the dark? Help you overcome, your fear, or?
No, I mean, I didn't actually go out looking to do cryptids and stuff. Obviously, I went to Egypt, and in Egypt, it's all about curses. It's not. They don't know about cryptids. To them, they don't exist, even though we believe they've got them because we put names on them. And it's only when I went to Africa that I was asking questions about, because I took journals, but not just about the folklore that people were telling me. I wrote about the environment that was there. It's a bit like what you guys say about Bigfoot. You look at, is there enough food there? Is there enough shelter there? What water sources are there? So I took notes of everything like that as well. So about the environment that I was there. And it was only because I was going to a particular village to speak to a tribal elder to talk about their oral histories, if you will. And the guide told me about a giant spider. And that's my other fear. I hate spiders as well. So that's why there was no pictures on there. There is on my Facebook page because I don't have to look at it all the time. And he told me about the spider.
Yeah, you were telling me about that. Someone like what was the English gentleman that wrote about that? That was there interviewing the villagers on that.
Yeah, so that was Reginald Lloyd, and his wife was in 1938, I believe. Was travelling through the jungle, and it's like I said to you, I don't know if they travelled through the jungle at that time because the roads, even when I went, were pretty bad. And they saw this creature. Now, they said it was wheelbarrow sized. The guide that I was with told me it was mini car sized. But I know when we said about had it bitten anybody, I went back and checked in my journal, and it actually did. So according to the porters, it was in 1890. A guy by the name of Arthur Sims, who was an explorer missionary, he actually died. Now, the porters said these creatures came down from the trees and bit them. Cryptozoology explains it away that there's loads of things in the jungle that can bite you and kill you. Do you know what I mean? Not necessarily a giant spider. And when I studied paleontology, you become aware if there's a lot of oxygen on the planet, things get bigger. Because our oxygen is so depleted, something size, not necessarily. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it could have just been a big spider, but it was terrifying cryptid.
Well, yeah, I'm not into spiders, and when that movie Arachnophobia came out, I freaked out. I'm like, I just shake my head. I don't know about you, Richie, but if I see the woods looking like that, I'm like, no, we ain't going through anything like that.
Nah, it's wild, man. That's absolutely crazy. I love it. I love it. I love all of it. It's just and I've been fortunate enough to have a family full of artists, and my creativity came out in like my work, as far as like being a power washer and stuff. And I refurbish like shingles and wood, and I see all my work is just, it's insane what I can do with like water power. You know what I mean? It just kicks in. But other than that, like I said, I can't draw nothing. Photography was one of my big things where you get that. I started noticing my artistic eye, because I was always jealous my whole life. My whole family's just artists, all of them, singers, songwriters, choreographers for dance, poetry. Even my mom had a poem actually published, which I'm using for the forward to my book. and this is where I started like doing this stuff right here. This is where I can get some creativity flowing and stuff like that, kind of triggers it. And then at work, when I just get locked in with a pair of, music and 3,000 PSIs with water spraying out, you know what I mean? I can just do anything. It just becomes like this fluid brush. It's wild. Is this, do you think with that, thinking of that, is this the thing here that is more fluent for you as an artist, this type of work that you're doing here, but bringing the writing together, the the research, the AI, the artwork, all that together? It sounds like a lot of work, but you feel like it's easy for you? Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Yes.
Normally I plan ahead. So I've already got all of this week's stuff ready. Do you know what I mean? So I might spend a couple of days, like my weekends, I work full time. So my weekends are taken up with doing research, looking at my journals, right, what artwork's going with this. So my whole weekend's practically taken up doing that.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's just amazing. It just seems like it's just so fluent just by even in the end result. You can tell that a lot with the end result. You know what I mean? It just seems like like say it's just a drawing, right, with a pencil. It's like the pencil never leaves the paper.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just that's what it looks like. And I know it's not that. You know what I'm saying though? But in your mind, when you're looking at it, you're like, wow, looks so easy and smooth. And it's just so much work. It's awesome. Thank you for sharing with us.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for sharing your artistry, your writings behind it, in your research, because it seems like that me and Richie, we do discuss that anybody can be a researcher. You just put the time, put the time and effort in there, take down the data and everything else, but nobody should not be telling you what you can be and not to be. And it seemed like it put a fire in you because you became a pathologist. Did I say that right?
Paleontology.
Paleontologist, and getting into the cryptozoology, and I'm sure that burned you right there. Like that's where your passion really exploded. I mean, I give you a lot of props for of your work. I mean, it's just absolutely like second to none fantastic. Could someone post her a link if she has a channel?
Again, yes. Stand by. I'm working on it. It was funny because I went into her page and I was looking for the link earlier. I couldn't find it. But there's another link in there. It says, but I don't know if it's the correct one. But Sam put it up not too long ago. Rachel, we'll make sure we have it up too. But it was already up one time.
Thank you for being on here, Rachel. Really much appreciated.
Yes, Rachel, thank you.
So we're almost to the close, but what would you be your biggest standout since you've been watching our investigations and watching the lives? What intrigues you the most of investigations that catches your mind?
I think it's the lights, if I'm honest with you.
Yes.
I remember like the very first time I actually saw them, we were on one of your live going out and it had gone dark and I was actually screenshotting. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I think it was that. It's like, what is it?
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. I love it. That's you're researching on your own with what you have in front of you. Those are the tools that you have, which is through the screen. And you're out there with us. And the beautiful part is a lot of times, you guys know, I don't always get to, go back and forth with you, but most of the time I do. And we actually can discuss events that happen in the woods. And it draws brilliant minds like yourself out to join us. And guess what? you're a teammate of ours,
Mm-hmm.
and all you guys are a weapon in your own way. I'm not hunting anything. Everybody relax. I meant intellectually to try to figure this amazing, mystery out. I mean, it just keeps twisting on me, man. I was just looking for Bigfoot. That's all. Hey, Bigfoot. I don't know what's going on now. You know what I mean? Thank you though for doing that.
Because I'll tell you, it's exhilarating that it's like different layers of an onion out there. It's incredible, and it's so awesome. Like to be with Richie, to be out in these woods. I mean, I know what you see through the lives and whatever, but being in there is second to none. Like unbelievable.
Yeah,
it is very curious. That's for sure.
Fact.
So I like to thank you for being on here. Is this your first show? Have you ever been on any podcasts or
No.
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 It's an honor and privilege that
absolutely
we're here at Home of the Boom and being part of the Podcast Network.
D-Hoot says, I think a cryptid tarot card deck would be cool.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. D-Hoot has a lot of great ideas. Richie, you caught a lot this last live. Oh, yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Especially what you were looking at, Rich, because my camera, so where you probably haven't reached that far, curious, is that Richie kept seeing movement, and I'm looking, I see like something gray in the middle, and I don't know if my mind's playing. I thought I did see a movement, but I'm trying to use my phone where his angle is because mine's lighter, and I'm like, okay, I can probably catch what I can catch, and I couldn't quite get the angles, but he kept saying movement and everything, and again, it's you just happen to like, what do you, Rich? You just happen to like turned and you just spotted something, or how did that like?
The one that went by?
Situation, like
the one that went by?
You like find that spot, zoomed in on it and all that stuff. Like what caught you?
Last night.
Yeah.
So no, because you could see, like I was looking at the asterisks, right? Straight out, and it wasn't quite dark yet. It was still, dusk or
right.
The cusp of dusk. It wasn't fully even dusk yet, but it was just starting to go down where it was kind of the snow was like almost grayish, but standing out the black trees, and something. I'm telling you, man, that's when a lot of these things get happening, when people say between the trees, because especially with snow as a backdrop, I just kind of saw it like this real quick, and I'm like, and I'm looking at the asterisk. It was like right here off to my left eye, like right at the very end of my left eye. So it'd be like right here. So then I was like, wait a minute. And then I zoomed in, and I saw like a shadow kind of shoulder, hip and leg. And it was like the trees here. And that, imagine this is what I saw, you know what I mean? So I'm sitting here, I'm like, and I'm looking at it. And of course, you know what happens? I'm like, your mind starts going, yeah, no, that was a butterfly. I'm good. You know what I mean? It's almost like they're throwing thoughts in your head right now. That's an 84 Corvette. Wait, they didn't make Corvettes in 84. You know what I mean? Like you just they start twisting your brain where you got to try to grab your rational side of your brain. And then off to the right, I noticed there was this bulbous like type figure, like shape. And that looked out of place. So I got a tree, this thing, and then I followed the tree up, and it didn't keep going. It wasn't like a tree that kept going. It just kind of blended back into, and I'm like, you know what I mean? Like it should just be straight up. Right. And then I noticed this bulb. It kind of looked like this with like a tree here, but it was out like it was caught. It wasn't like trying to hide behind it. It wasn't doing this. It was just sitting there, and I'm like, oh, that dude ain't moving. It's like they almost freeze, and I'm not saying that's what it was, but it was weird because it caught my eye. And then there was something there shape-wise to go with it. But, of course, here we are again with a 20% Bigfoot, right? Drives me freaking nuts.
I was saying the same thing. I thought it was bad though because they were seeing some sort of movement. And I know like what you were trying to describe, and I just couldn't like find that right spot. But again, a on another episode, curious is that Richie's talking about a structure, and I don't know, like I know what he's talking about. Like you're kind of like looking around, and that's what I was doing. Except for he has the phone, so it's kind of tough doing two things at once. But like you kind of like you're looking around. I could see a lot of the forest, and I'm looking at where the river is, but I look at the horizon. I don't know why, but I was just looking, and then all of a sudden something just did that quick.
Yeah.
It was like a dark shadow, and I just sat there like this, like I did one of these. Like as it went down, I'm thinking, was that like a large bird? So I kind of like, kind of stepped to my left, and Richie's talking to me the whole time. He's like, Wojo, what did you see? I'm like, I don't know. And because the mind is trying to process, and that's what he's explained, because you're sitting there like, am I seeing a 75 Corvette, or am I seeing it was just mind boggling. So the woods, whatever's out there, they're there. We could hear them. They're walking around. It's just awesome. The mystery, the energy.
Ever seen a cryptid like that? You ever see a cryptid
that's a
like
bit
that?
like the alien.
Yeah, well, you see the eyeball and the brow, and the funny thing is, you see that little thing at the top left here. It's like it's glowing just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You see that?
Yeah.
So the one that we had from last night, and real quickly, because I gotta step back for a minute. Where am I? The one we had. Oh, I put it in Wojo's chair. The one we had from last night. I got to find the one that actually shows what I'm trying to say, because it's I'm sure I'll get it wrong anyways, but I'm trying. That's all that matters, right? It's one of these guys here. I zoomed in on it, and it has that same thing above its head. So you see that right in the middle there? So,
yeah.
So it reminds me of, the fish at the bottom of the sea, and it has that little thing where it catches the one that's on Nemo and all that. Yeah. It reminds me of that. It has, every one of them have this. All the pictures. Yeah, this is from last night, guys. This is that little bit of thing in the orange in the middle, right above the light. It's not a great depiction of it here, but this one here, almost think it didn't have it, but then when you get up close, you start looking. I'm like, oh, there it is. It does have it. So I started looking through all the pictures. Research is forever some days, man. I mean, I want to go to bed and my brain will not stop wondering, and it's like mind blowing what happens to you. You're just constantly going. It is, right? I mean, I can imagine with Donna, with all that she does. Good Lord, man. Let me see this guy.
Yeah, JT, thank you for being here, pal.
Yeah, it's there it is again. You see that little corner, the little hot looking little triangle right above the light. And if you look at it, this one,
lanternfish, yes.
See, it has like two of those triangle things. You see it? It's just a light, but it's, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, I don't know if they're related. But two totally different colors. Apparently they can do whatever they want, I guess, we actually have a pretty decent clear shot, screenshot. We actually had one last night, and just before Wojo clicked the screenshot buttons, it disappeared. Good night, John. It totally disappeared. But do you have any opinions on this phenomenon we're dealing with?
So, obviously, when I started researching, I went with, like everybody else does, this is a flesh and blood creature. Now, I'm still researching, because is it interdimensional? Do you know what I mean? Does it come through a portal? Is it something else? I was talking to Wojo, and I was saying maybe it's something that it appears of whatever you want it to be. Do you understand what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So like, I want it to be flesh and blood. So if I ever saw it, would it be flesh and blood?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you, there was one picture that Richie was right behind me. Like, I'm zooming in on the picture. And I'm taking the pictures. But Rich, remember the one picture that all of a sudden, what was that other set of eyes above it, like to the far left of it? And we're like, what was that? Like,
Yeah.
And then
there's more to it. Yeah.
There's like, there's more to it. And again, what's amazing is like, you think you're taking a picture of that light, but there could be like others behind that light.
Yep.
Sort of.
Yeah, I mean, it could change its. It could give out the light so that you're trying to take pictures. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And it doesn't want its picture taken. So is it giving out light and making effects so that you don't actually get a clear shot?
Yeah. I mean, I wonder if the light, and I mean, this is where, Elder could probably like speak for that, is at the same time, Rich, what do you think? Is that when they set up the light and we are taking pictures, are they also hitting you with like some sort of like infrasound frequency back, so you can't quite get what you want, because you have two different frequencies, the camera and them. And
yep, I feel they are. I feel they can. I feel they have.
And one last thing, curious, is that those, like the big picture that Richie had on, something like that. You use like the designing machine or something like that kind of like you can kind of digitalize of what you see, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
So
to kind of like clear up the picture and stuff like that. I'm just kind of curious.
So to make it not as blurry, but to try and make it more clear. You can give it a go.
Yeah, that's all you can do.
Yeah, there are things out there that you can use. Do you know what I mean? That will. It's not AI as such, but there are apps and stuff out there that you can put pictures in and it kind of clears it up for you.
Yeah.
Or it can try its best to clear it up.
Thank you for being on here, Elder. We much appreciated.
Yep. Thank you.
And again, like because you always, very interested of the Native American folklore and their cultures and whatever. Elder is very wise, and beautiful person, and she looks after us, as you notice. So you can probably like catch up with her and questions and things like that. So, but I just want to say thank you so much for being on here, and thank you all for being on here. Much appreciated, and curious. Good luck in your on your endeavors.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's great job. I really enjoyed talking with you. I look forward to talking with you more. And I'm super excited to have you on our team, because that is so cool to realize how many critical thinkers we have and brilliant minds. You know what I mean? So that's really, really awesome. Awesome stuff. Good job, Wojo.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it, Rich. Great job on the pictures and everything. And thanks for being on here. And again, don't be lazy. Serve the Lord enthusiastically. Go out there, do your research. Don't crap on anybody. Help each other out. And just, and we love you guys. Rich?
Awesome. On my way out, I wanted to introduce to you guys the Ernie Davio collection. These are the actual sightings of Ernie's encounter. These are his pictures that he has. Ernie has entrusted us with his name and all his photos for his encounter that he had up close, face to face, where he traded hand signals, verbalizations were going on, and all kinds of stuff. So these are the actual photos. We will have these photos up in the shop at Fourth Wall in the Ernie Davio collection area. So please check out his pictures. There's a couple in there now. It isn't completed yet. We have like 6 altogether. They are with us. The Banter Richie B family will have these pictures. They're copywritten now, and they're with us. And they're ours, but just because they've come over to us doesn't mean we're not going to honor Ernie. So it is called the Ernie Davio Collection, and you will see his signature on every item that is made with these photos on it. So please check out the Fourth Wall store. Thank you so much, Donna, for being here. You are absolutely amazing. Amazing guest. Wojo, great job. Thank you, everybody on the side. I just want to tell everybody to keep climbing. I'm going to go lay down because I don't feel good at all. Just so you know. But I love you, baby Jack. I love you, Mama. We see you, Ella. We'll talk to you all soon. Thank you, Wojo.
Yep. And again, don't forget, we have Amanda Lovato. We have the Phantom Navigator tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. And don't forget, Sam's Pretty Paranormal on Saturday nights. And again, remember, folks, thank you all for being on here. And remember, and Donna, you have to help me. We are still home of the boom.
Let's go, Donna. That was a great boom.